Hi boys and girls, today I'm here to share another great story with you guys. And everyone who knows me knows how much I love Pete the Cat. So today our story is called Pete the Cat, a Pet for Pete. And here's our title page. Pete is going to the pet store. He's going to get a pet. Pete wants a bird, a hamster, or a lizard. But then Pete sees a goldfish. That's what I want, he tells his mom. Pete's mom gets fish food. I'm going to call you Goldie, Pete says to his new pet. You are my first pet, Pete tells Goldie on the way home. Pete takes Goldie to his room. He feeds her fish food. Now what? Asks Pete. He can't play with Goldie. He can't swim with her. Pete knows what he can do. Pete paints a picture of Goldie. He paints 4 fins and an orange tail. What a pretty painting, says Pete's mom. You can keep it, says Pete. Cool painting, says Bob. Can you make one for me? Sure, says Pete. Pete paints a picture for Bob. Wow, says Bob. It looks just like Goldie. Bob shows Pete's painting to his friend Tom. Now Tom wants a painting too. Pete paints another picture of Goldie to take to school for show and tell. This is Goldie, my pet fish, Pete tells his class. Cute fish, cool colors, nice work. I wish I had a picture of Goldie, says Benny. I'll make you one, says Pete. Everyone in Pete's class wants a painting of Goldie. Pete's grandma wants a painting too. Pete has a lot to do. He has to feed Goldie. He has to do homework. Pete paints and paints. He makes paintings for everyone on his list. At last, Pete is done. He worked hard. There is no paint left. Pete's paintings are a big hit. Pete is happy to be done. But Pete is not done. Now everyone in town wants a painting of Goldie. Pete gets more paint. I don't know what to do, he tells his mom. I wish I could paint pictures for everyone. I just don't have time. Pete's mom has an idea. She tells it to Pete. Great idea, says Pete. Pete gets right to it. This time he works outside and makes a huge painting. Honk, honk, beep, beep. Here comes Pete. He has made one painting of Goldie for everyone in town to enjoy. What a great day. When Pete gets home, he tells the real Goldie all about it. The end. Now, I really liked this book. I think that all the Pete the Cat books are great. One thing I wanted to show you guys is we talked about long vowel sounds just the other day. And I wanted to show you guys real quickly that if you take the word pet, and that is P-E-T, if you take the word pet and you add that E to the end, just like we talked about on Tuesday, that S sound, guess what, guys? It changes to an E. So you're able to take the word pet and turn it to the word Pete just by adding an E to the end. Makes it a long E sound. But there are a couple of things I want to show you guys in this book that I think are super cool. One of the things that I really, really liked was the fact that there were some compound words in here. And boys and girls, you all know what a compound word is. That's when you take two words and you push them together and it makes one new word, like goldfish. If you take gold and fish and push it together, it makes a whole new word. Something else I thought was really cool about this book was I liked how this artist, the illustrator, used little thinking bubbles when they were writing to illustrate the picture of Pete thinking. Do you see the little thinking bubbles? Boys and girls, we've used those in our writer's workshop before. I love that. And then something else that we've used that I really liked in this book is this page. And you guys can see that there's speech bubbles there. And we know those are fun to put in our writing. So I would love to see you guys work in your writer's workshop this week and use some thinking bubbles and use some speech bubbles if you have an opportunity to do that. Now, I really did like this book. I think that Pete, the cat, he's a smart cat, and I think that we need to write the main idea of this story. So I'm going to write, right now, I'm going to write Pete's name. So I'm going to say that this story, in my opinion, is Pete gets, help me stretch that word out, gets, oh, that's a G, egg, E, gets, A, et, and I'm going to stop my sentence there, so I'm going to put a period. Now let's look for just a minute. My sentence, I started with what? That's right, a capital letter, an uppercase P. And when I wrote my words, I put a finger space between each of my words to separate it. And then I put a period at the end because I know that that's telling me it's time to stop that sentence. So boys and girls, when you're doing your writer's workshop, I want you guys to try super hard to start each of your sentences with a capital letter. And let that be the only capital letter in your sentence unless you're putting someone's name, something fancy in there. But you need to put a finger space between your words, and then you need to put a period at the end. So guys, I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you soon.